Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brad Muller with the University of South Carolina Athletics Department. Appreciate everyone being here this afternoon, especially our guest of honor who does not know why he's here, head men's soccer coach Mark Berson, athletics director Ray Tanner, Columbia City Councilman Howard Duvall, and County Councilman and former South Carolina tennis player Seth Rose. Thank you for being here this afternoon. A beautiful day. We're here to honor longtime men's soccer coach Mark Berson. As many of you know, he's in his 40th year here in Columbia with the Gamecocks. He's the only coach we've ever had, and you'll hear more about his many accolades, which I promise if we've read them all, it would take hours, so we won't do that. But we'll get started with remarks from South Carolina Athletics Director Ray Tanner.
Thank you, Brad. It's great to be able to visit with you today, especially I enjoy meetings with people that really don't know why we're meeting. There's something about me that gives me a little fun in that. Before I talk a little bit about Coach Berson, I'd like to everybody join me in let's congratulating these young men with a great come-from-behind 3-2 win last night over Old Dominion. Yeah. I do want to make it very clear from the very beginning. Many of you know that Coach Berson has been here for 40 years. I know he still looks 40. That's the only thing that bothers me every time we sit down and talk. I go, well, why haven't I held up like you have? But he's been wonderful to all of us with his class, with his integrity, with his diligence. He's been a leader for so many of us, and many of us that aren't here anymore. We can go back to the Roundhouse days, which not many people remember the Roundhouse. I was there with you for 12 years. So we had a lot of fun over there, as long as we didn't park near Kent DeMars, because he would bump into our car. But Coach Berson is the only head coach in the history of men's soccer here at the University of South Carolina since 1978. His programs are among the top 20 men's soccer programs all time with a 66% winning percentage. Go back to 1978 on September 18th. When he defeated Presbyterian 12-0. Now 12-0 in soccer, that's sort of like what, 72-0 in football, something like that. Ever since that day, he's always had a cumulative winning record. Not many people can say that. 499 career wins to date. That's 5th all time, and he's currently the active leader among all Division I men's soccer coaches. He needs, you can keep up with this. We'll start counting now. We'll start a new board out in front of the Rice. He needs 45 more wins to become the all-time leader among Division I soccer coaches. Can we play a lot more games? Can we add? We'll play some extra ones at the end of the year. More than 60 of his former players have played professional soccer. Now this is a note that's very special to me. I don't know how many of your players can relate to this note. But Jim Sonnefeld, raise your hand if you know who Jim Sonnefeld was. There you go. I didn't see any players raise their hand over there. Jim Sonnefeld was the drummer in Hootie and the Blowfish. He was a 4-year letter winner for Coach Berson from 1984 to 1987. Is it true that you taught him how to play the drums? No. That's fantastic. Sony still lives here in Columbia, and he's a neighbor over pretty close to where I'm at, so I get a chance to talk to him about that all the time. And what a wonderful guy he is, and a representative of your program. Twice in the last decade, you guys over here listen to this very carefully, okay? All you players. Twice in the last decade, we've achieved the highest GPA in Division I men's soccer. Twice in the last decade. Could this be the third time? And for the last 5 seasons, our Gamecocks have been in the top 10 in average attendance, currently ranking 3rd in this season. It's wonderful to be a part of this celebration today with Coach Berson. As I said, he became an instant friend when I came here. I've been here 22 years. It pales in comparison to 40 years. But he's been great to all of us and how he's been successful as a coach. But the impression he's made on all of us and how our program has been operated with class and dignity and tremendous success. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Now, at this time, I'd like to introduce Howard Duvall, who's a member-at-large of the Columbia City Council, and he'll let the cat out of the bag.
Thank you, Brad. Always good to have Seth with us, a Hall of Famer from USC for tennis. Coach Berson, it's my honor to be filling in for Mayor Benjamin today. Mayor Benjamin is out of the state today, but we would like to honor you this afternoon if you'd come join me up here. Coach Tanner has mentioned several of the accomplishments of Coach Berson. A 40-year career is one of them. I think I'm the only one on city council that can remember what a 40-year career is, because I've had one too. And 40 years is a long time, and you've had a distinguished record. Coach Tanner has mentioned some of your things, but when I read through the list of accomplishments that Coach Berson has at USC, I was just amazed at the length of the list, but the quality of the achievements. We've already talked about his 498 Division I wins, 34 seasons, 34 winning seasons out of the 40 years that he's been coaching. I don't think we've had a coach at USC that's lasted 40 years, and I'm sure none of them have had a 34-year winning record. 22 NCAA tournaments, 13 All-Americans, 15 freshman All-Americans, 75 NSCAA All-Region selections, 56 All-Conference USA selections, 31 All-Academic All-Americans, 12 NSCAA Academic Team Awards. And that's just the first top of it. His players have represented the U.S. on the men's national team, the Olympic team, the under-23 team. I reckon that's age, 23 years of age. Under-23 team, under-20 team, and the World University Games. He's the only coach to have had at least one player on each of the last 4 U.S. Men's World Cups teams, 2002, 2006, 2014. 14 former players and assistant coaches have become college head coaches. That says a lot for the mentor of those coaches, that they have gone up in the ranks and become head of their universities. He was inducted into the South Carolina Youth Soccer Association Hall of Fame. He's the 2015 recipient of the NSCAA Billy Jeffrey Award for Outstanding Service and Achievements in College Soccer. He joined 6 of his former players in the University of South Carolina Letterman's Association Hall of Fame. Coach Berson, the highest honor that the city of Columbia can bestow is the key to the city. And on behalf of Mayor Benjamin and my fellow members of the council, I would like to give you the keys to the city of Columbia, South Carolina.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you. So my players are over there going, him? That guy? But, on behalf of all the people through the years that have given so much to our soccer program, I say thanks. I mean, this is a wonderful recognition, and I'm honored and I'm humbled to accept it, but it really represents the 40 years. It represents Jimmy Sonnefeld. It represents, all the coaches that have gone on to head up programs at other places, and the players that have gone and represented this country. I mean, that's who earned this. And I just happened to be the lucky one that got to be the one out on the sidelines leading them. So, this university has been my life. This program has been my life's work. And it's truly, truly an honor to receive any recognition, because really I'm the one that should be given the recognition, to the city and to the state and to the university for all they've done for me. So, I thank you. It's a beautiful day, so I'm glad we're all out here on a beautiful day. At least got some of you out of the office for a little while, which is nice. And Coach Tanner, again, thank you for everything. We've had a number of days back in the roundhouse as coaches, sitting down in Ray's office, you know, solving the problems of the world. And it's great to see a man, you know, rise to the level he has with the dedication to this university and the leadership he's given us. It's great, absolutely great to see it. Seth Rose, not mentioned, Seth Rose never lost to Clemson in his entire career as an athlete. So that's something that I think is great, and also happy that his folks are neighbors of mine too as well, and it's wonderful to see him around. So on behalf of my family, Shauna, you come up. Come. Yeah. We thank you and appreciate it. It's really nice of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.